revised.
Gentlemen, without objection, gentlemen's recognized.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. Mr. Speaker, I rise in strong support of the conference agreement on H.R. 2647, the 2010 National Defense Authorization Act. I'd like to personally thank Chairman Skelton for his outstanding leadership in bringing this bill to the floor and always looking out for troops, as he always has in the course of his career. I also want to recognize the leadership of Ranking Member McKeon. As Chairman of the Strategic Forces Subcommittee, I'm proud of the provisions this legislation includes to sustain and modernize our strategic weapons systems. In the area of nuclear weapons, the conference agreement increases funding for the Stockpile Stewardship Program by $48.7 million and establishes important new guidelines for nuclear weapons stewardship, including a new stockpile management program. The program clarifies that changes to the U.S. nuclear weapons stockpile must be limited to sustaining current capabilities and requires that any changes use weapons components that can be certified without nuclear testing. Now, regarding ballistic missile defense, this Congress has made this program a priority. The conference agreement fully funds the administration's request of $9.3 billion for missile defense programs. It authorizes $1.8 billion for Aegis ballistic missile defense, and $23 million for additional SM-3 missiles, and authorizes $1.1 billion for Theater High Altitude Area Defense Systems, or THAAD. These amounts reflect an increase in the funding for these proven systems by $900 million over the FY 2009 levels. The bill also authorizes up to $309 million for the recently announced European Missile Defense Plan if the Secretary of Defense certifies that the system is operational effective and cost effective in providing protection for Europe and the United States. Further, the bill includes over $1 billion to test, sustain, and improve the existing ground-based mid-course defense system, and includes a provision requiring the Department to establish a plan to maintain its operational effectiveness of the system over the course of its service life. Within the strategic intelligence programs, the conference agreement requires the Department of Energy to develop a plan to ensure that our national security laboratories have sufficient funding and technical abilities to monitor, analyze, and evaluate foreign nuclear weapons activities, and requires the Department of Defense to assess gaps in U.S. intelligence for foreign ballistic missile programs and prepare a plan to ensure our intelligence centers can sufficiently address these shortfalls. Lastly, in addition to our national security priorities, I am pleased that the federal hate crimes legislation is included in this bill to allow law enforcement to more aggressively pursue individuals who commit violent crimes that are motivated by a person's religion, disability, or sexual orientation. Finally, I urge my colleagues to support this important legislation. I again thank Chairman Skelton for his outstanding leadership on bringing this bill to the floor and shepherding it through the process. It clearly shows that this Congress is clearly behind our nation's military and our warfighters. Thank you very much. And
Gentleman from California.
My time.